been rocked by 4 1-in-1,000-year rainfall events in less than a week. First, there was catastrophic flooding in Texas. Days later, Tropical Storm Chantal drenched parts of North Carolina, causing major flooding there. And then on Tuesday, rain pummeled New Mexico, causing devastating flash flooding and deadly flash flooding. And in Chicago that same day, 5 inches of rain fell in only 90 minutes, prompting multiple rescues. Now, all those areas are thought to have a roughly 0.1% chance of this major flooding happening in any given year. Officials at the nonprofit organization Climate Central say to see this many historic and record-breaking events over the course of 1 week is alarming, Justin.
Central North Carolina, another, quote, once in a 100-year flood. In Chicago, a, quote, 1 in a 1,000-year rain event. That's all just this week.
There's another flash flooding emergency for the United States, this time in New Mexico. A mountain town already devastated by wildfires is now at risk of being swept away. Recent storms have washed away homes and triggered mudslides, with at least 24 rescues carried out in a town of just 180. Meanwhile, in Texas, crews are refusing to stand down in their search for survivors. 5 days after floodwaters ripped through Kerr County, killing more than 100 people.
Tonight, residents in scenic southern New Mexico reckoning with the fury of raging floodwaters, taking stock of anything left. In Ruidoso, the flood so terrible it cleaved through whole neighborhoods, so powerful it ripped homes away from their owners.
Oh my God. Oh my God.
This store's sped-up surveillance video shows just how high the water rose. Overnight, exhausted rescue workers made the discovery they were hoping to avoid. 3 dead, including 2 young children, a 7-year-old boy and a 4-year-old girl.
The little boy was found under the utility trailer by the bridge on Meander, and the little girl was about 50 feet away from him.
Tonight, officials from Fort Bliss, Texas, confirming the children belong to a soldier and their spouse, both in the hospital with serious injuries.
You have multiple vehicles and mobile homes starting to float away here at Gatlin.
Rescuers working around the clock, scouring for the stranded. In all, officials say 65 swiftwater rescues made just yesterday.
We had people in trees, we had people in the water, people trapped in houses with water coming into them.
The village's river, the Rio Ruidoso, rising 18 feet in just 30 minutes.
The mud is just everywhere.
Lifelong Ruidoso resident Eric Orozco says he and his family's decades-old home is just too far gone.
And just see so much work that you put into, and not just for us, bro, it's just for everyone in this community right here that's going through this flood damage, and it just really hurts.
Officials say part of the problem, burn scars from a series of wildfires that cut into the hillsides almost exactly a year ago. Now, the town's mayor says they're runways for disaster.
How direct is the devastation we're seeing today to the fact that there was a saturation on that scar running off into town?
It's 100% related to that. There's nothing to absorb it, to slow it down, so the water picks up whatever debris and pushes it.
And I'm coming to you right now from Center Point, Texas. And guys, I just want to show you the damage right now. We've got a ton of volunteers here working along the river. This is the Guadalupe River right there. They've got chainsaws out, clearing debris. They've been here all day, and just look at all the debris already cleared. I want to give you an idea of where we are, though. This whole area was an RV park. Now, here, take a look at the RVs. Just mangled. Look at this one here. Let's show you this. Look at the mud there pouring out of the RV. Over here, similar story, just this whole side completely destroyed. Step aside here so you can kind of get an understanding. This is the Guadalupe River just past here. Now, we've got tons of debris here. Cleanup crews have been here all day long clearing out this area. Really, they've made a lot of progress here along the Guadalupe River. Now, this was an RV park. Look at these RVs here. Mangled. We've got mud pouring out of this one. Right here, you can see the side of this one. It's gone. And if it's got an X here, it means that they've searched it. So this RV's got an X, Scott. The one over here has one too. So that means that they've been searched and they didn't find anyone in there. Dan?
John, talk to us a little bit about what happens to the people that were living in that, because that was an entire neighborhood of RVs where you're standing. What about the people that used to live there? Where are they now?
Well, that's a great question. When we were here, there was maybe a few dozen volunteers helping out. The people that live here were not here, so they clearly had to relocate. We don't actually know where they are tonight, but there's still, again, so many people that are missing. Over 100 people are unaccounted for here in Kerr County, and officials now telling us that the death toll is up over 100. It's a tragic scene here, and at every corner you go, it's a story of survival or a story of tragedy. A lot of tragedy here, Dan.
Yeah, I can't even fathom.
My name is Augustus Dorico. I'm the CEO and founder of Rainmaker. We're a cloud seeding company that is enhancing precipitation via advanced radar and also drones for the sake of supplementing water supplies for farms, cities, reservoirs, and wildlife throughout the United States.
You guys seen the Doomsday map?
Uh-oh.
Basically, like, if there's a giant event that happens on Earth and parts of the world floods and, like, all that sea levels rise, they came out with a map that looks like this.
Oh, wow.
This is America. They do, like, the whole world. This lady on TikTok, she compared what this map looked like, the land that Bill Gates has been buying. She took the map of the farmland and overlaid it onto this Doomsday map. Every single dry land piece was occupied by his farmland.
Yeah.
For instance, so California is basically completely underwater.
Yeah.
But there's these little pockets of islands. See those?
Yeah.
That little one right there, that's one of his farmland.
Louisiana, Georgia.
That all correlates with, like, these high points in America.
Yeah.
And around the world. It's super creepy.
So we need to get a boat.
According to this map, we're good. We're gonna almost have beachfront property, baby.
That's perfect.
After I show you what I have to show you, there'll be absolutely no doubt.
No doubt of what?
Exactly that. And by the way, we'll come right back to this mammoth. Were you aware that basically a hurricane formed over Texas and it just sat there for like 10 to 18 hours without moving? Where have we ever seen that kind of stuff happen before? It reminds me an awful lot of North Carolina. I wonder how things like that can just happen. I showed you earlier whole houses being taken away by the water, a different house than this. We've had 13 casualties so far, and they're actually doing search and rescue right now, pulling people out of trees. Again, very familiar. This right here is actually New Jersey, not to mention there's floods happening all around the earth right now. Tell you what, the weather's acting really weird. Do you remember what just happened in Las Vegas a few days ago? All those power poles being pulled about the ground? And just to further show how crazy the weather is for some reason, this is off the East Coast right now. It's not coming, but if you look right here, hurricanes are acting very, very strange, or hurricane trackers. Everything weather is just out the window crazy. Don't forget about the Great Hurricane of 1870, my other video showing the correlation with the charts. Look, I don't like when bad things happen, I just cover them. I truly wonder how stuff like this can happen. Oh, I forgot to mention, a whole USPS got moved as well. They went outside and it was gone. By the way, where are all the people that wanted to argue that the weather is normal? You're all witnessing the aftermath of what just happened in Texas and Mexico. Whole RV parks, whole houses just straight covered up with water. And of course, I'm gonna call out what's strange, because 12 hours prior to this flooding, a NASA astronaut called something weird out, but we'll look in a minute. This right here is just a speed lapse of the water rising, what, 26, 30 foot? I forget exactly, but it's insane. And above you see a place where an RV park used to be, and all of the RVs have been washed away. There's been many casualties from this. And again, it affected Mexico too. This is Mexico. As someone who watches this stuff all the time, I can tell you the storms are certainly getting a lot worse than they usually were. Seriously, whole families in their houses being moved by the water. I mean, that is absolutely insane. Now, the completely irrelevant and not related part whatsoever, 24 hours before this happened, this picture was taken. This astronaut was talking about how crazy this sprite that she took from space was. Y'all are not even gonna believe this. When I saw all this flood stuff, the first thing my mind said was, where was that Sprite? Guess where it was? It was in Mexico. I can't explain it right now, but I can tell you it's completely unrelated. What are the odds? And prayers for all the people involved, because this right here is just a crazy natural storm.
Weather weaponization. They will weaponize weather. Other countries against our country and make it look like, well, it's no big. And he said, as they try to control the weather, they will lose control. For they will seed and create superstorms that they will lose control over. Wind gusts beyond anybody's comprehension is coming with hurricanes on a greater scale than you've ever seen for weather manipulation and weather warfare. I saw record snowfall in places that is like digging yourself out. That we've never seen snowfall like this. Record rainfall in certain areas where it's flooding, like in China right now. They said this is record rainfall. That's what I'm talking about. Record rainfall in China. The Lord said there's more of this coming. And I saw rain in one area and great drought in another. So much drought that there was no crops growing. And it was just a couple miles down the road and it was flooding. Great drought, great water.
Keep your head